Oh, what's going on, guys? It's AP Entertainment here. Ever since I started this channel, I did some reaction videos to scary stories. And I just saw this one on my list that I liked from a long time ago. And there's one story in here that scares the living shit out of me. And we're going to watch 3 terrifying true horror stories by none other than the scary story expert himself, Mr. Nightmare. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. But without further ado, let's just get scared, shall we?
I was at home alone playing Call of Duty between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. During this time, I got a phone call from a random phone number, and of course, the first thing I think of is that it's just somebody who's either prank calling me or just doesn't have the right number. After I hung up, a few seconds later, I received a phone call from the same number. When this happened, I'll admit I felt a little chill run down my spine, but since I was home alone, I was thinking that if this person was just prank calling me, I could say whatever I want until either I or the person hangs up. So I answered it. I said hello in a sort of annoyed voice, but there was no response. Instead, all I heard was something that still freaks me out. I heard what sounded like a cat hissing, but in a much deeper pitch. Of course, out of surprise, I became defensively hostile. I said into the phone, "Look, buddy, if you call this number again, I'll have my friend who's a police officer track this number and arrest you." But this didn't even faze whoever was on the other end of the phone. Instead, all I got in response was disturbing low-pitched laughter. My heart dropped. "Why are you calling?" I said. Then, this is what still gives me nightmares to this day. As clear as day, in a dark, almost demonic voice, I heard, "I'm just waiting for you to come upstairs."
Oh, hell no. Oh, shit, no. Oh, my God. You know what I would have done? I would have hung up the phone, and I would have just ran the hell out of that house. Oh, my God. I'm just waiting for you to come upstairs. Bitch, if you're upstairs waiting for me to come upstairs, you're in the wrong house. Like, in the wrong house. That's ridiculous, but I would have ran the hell out of my house. Like, damn. Oh, that's scary.
Without hesitation, I ran out of the house and ran across the street to my friend's house and asked his dad to call my dad while trying to explain to him what happened at the same time. After he called my dad, my friend's dad called the police. They arrived in 5 minutes and found nothing upstairs, but they did find the back door open.
Damn.
My dad
Damn. Hold on. I'm going to pause right there. But damn. Kids, this is the #1 priority now. If you're home alone, you better make sure all your shit is locked. Doors, windows, everything's locked. Some people are just that stupid for leaving their crap unlocked, and they're saying, after it happened, "I must have left it unlocked. I forgot I thought I locked it." I have a feeling sometimes that parents leave stuff unlocked on purpose for this shit to happen, just to test their kids' knowledge on what to do in a situation like that. And gladly, I've never been in a situation like that growing up before, thank God. But I know people that have been in that situation, and they said their adrenaline is rushing and their heart is beating as fast as over 200 beats per minute. Like, damn, you know? But anyway, kids should know to lock their doors and lock their windows. Pretty much everything.
to be a paramedic, and after he
and be armed too with a weapon, like a firearm or something, or a knife, whatever you want to do.
Retired, he remained good friends with a lot of people, one of them being my godmother, Sally. Sally owned a bunny farm and was very friendly.
By the way, this video is sponsored by Dick's. Oh, wait. No, it ain't, because they're dicks and they don't sell AR-15s anymore. They're actually called cucks now because they're run by liberals, and they're going to be run by liberals for the rest of their lives. This video is sponsored by Dicks. Dicks, go fuck yourself. And fuck you. We're going to sell more AR rifles than you will. Had to do a little rant there.
My family and I loved her dearly, and my parents decided to make her my godmother, but she also had a brother named Terry. Terry was a very quiet man. He never said much and kinda had a weird vibe on him, but he was never around that much, so I didn't give it much thought. It was Thanksgiving, and we all decided to eat together. It was a great dinner, but his presence just really made me uncomfortable. While they were over, my godmother and I were working on the computer my parents used, and I noticed my brother and Terry were in the family room. I went out to see them just watching TV. Nothing was going on. The next day, we all went to church, and Terry asked me if my brother had a Facebook account. I said no, because that was the truth. My brother wasn't into social media. But my thoughts began to wonder why he wanted to befriend my younger brother. At some point, he added me on Facebook, and I noticed that his avatar was that anonymous figure. Weird. Why didn't he have his face on his account? I got an instant message from him. The chat went like this. "Hey there," he said. "Hi. What are you doing up so late?" "I'm a night owl, so I'm usually up late." "Doesn't that make your parents mad?" he said. They don't mind," I said. "A naughty girl, aren't we? Staying up late."
What the fuck is this going to? If one of my family members is watching this right now, I am not being rude, but if one of y'all said that to me, "A naughty boy, staying up late, aren't we?" I would block you and never talk to you again for the rest of my life. Be like, "I'm 21 years old, bitch. I can do whatever the hell I want." Like, it's just, ugh. But anyway, you got a pedophile like that messaging you that's in your family member or is not in your family member. My first instinct would be block the Facebook and turn off the phone and go to sleep. That's all I would do. Or, better yet, show the text to your parent and have them deal with it. That's all I can say. Back to the stories.
"Would you like to chat?" "Actually, I gotta go now. I have homework," I said, quickly going invisible and closing him out.
Smart.
What the hell kind of chat was that?
Smart. You got that right, kid. You're smart. You just exited the chat. You are the smartest kid I ever known. Congratulations to you, bud. Or whatever you are, girl. I forgot what you are.
He was talking to me like I was some slut or something. Curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to go to his account.
Why would you talk to your family member like a slut? Like, I honestly wouldn't talk to my cousins like that. I mean, it's kind of weird and it's kind of stupid, actually. I'm not going to lie about that. That's just ridiculous. Some people in this world are just stupid.
He didn't have his friends list blocked, so I was able to see all his friends. What I saw and what I felt that night will always haunt me. He had over 200 friends, and all of them were young men between the ages of 14 to 18.
Oh, hell no.
I was so sick as I saw some of the boys were shirtless in their boxers or worse.
Uncle Terry's nasty. Uncle Terry's a pedophile. I know what's going to happen at that family reunion next year. "Come on, boys, take your shirts off. We're going to have a wet t-shirt contest." Like, forget that shit. I would be going on Facebook, deleting him, blocking him from existence, and never talking to that son of a bitch again. Like, God.
It's not the fact that he's into men that freaked me out. No, I wouldn't care if he was gay. But this man was targeting young men. Terry was in his 40s. This is why he wanted to know if my brother had a Facebook account. He wanted to add him in his sick boy list.
Yeah.
I was shaking as I realized what kind of man this was. I loved my godmother, but this was just sick. I told my parents and reported his account.
Smart.
My dad was shocked, but he also wasn't too surprised, because apparently Terry was reported for selling drugs to kids and touching them on the news one day.
Uncle Terry was touching kids and selling drugs. Uncle Terry, you are a bad person. You can't touch them down there. Just remember, you can sell them drugs, but you just can't touch them down there. Just don't grope it.
I found out the case was dropped because the boys said they were lying. But now I wonder, were they really lying? Since then, we stopped talking to my godmother and her sick brother.
Good.
His Facebook account was taken down, but I know he's still out there targeting young men.
Bet he is.
I still have nightmares of him going after me and my brother. My parents recently bought a cabin in the woods and would always spend their weekends up there. My little sister would always go with them, so I spent a lot of time home alone over the weekends. One evening, I was bored out of my mind.
I already know where this story's going. I already know where this story's gonna go, but I ain't gonna spoil it for all because probably some of y'all haven't seen this video, but I already know where this story's going and I don't want to spoil it, so fuck.
So I plopped my butt down and played some Legend of Zelda. Now, over the years of living in this house, I developed some kind of natural reaction. Every now and again, whenever my parents needed me, they would call me from the top of the stairs. And for the record, my room was in the basement. Then I would pause the game or stop what I was doing and walk to the stairs and ask them what they needed. And it happened very often. So often, I keep an ear out for the faintest sound coming from upstairs. This one particular night, as I was playing Zelda, I heard someone call my name from upstairs.
Brandon?
With this natural instinct kicking in, I got up and walked toward the stairs. It wasn't until I was about halfway to the stairs did I remember that my parents were not home. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me or something. I returned back to the land of Hyrule until I heard my name called again.
Brandon?
This time, it was louder, and the voice wasn't my father's. In fact, it was...
Get your shit and get out of the house. That's what I'm saying right now, boys and girls. You better haul ass out of that house. Kind of like that scary movie. Somebody's calling your name. The dumb blonde chick falls for it and gets killed.
Anyone from my family's voice. Maybe a neighbor's? But I know my neighbors well, and I didn't recognize the voice. I bolted upstairs to investigate, shouting for a response. I got none.
Hold up. I'm going to pause right here. Why? First of all, why would you run upstairs when your parents are home and probably some serial killer is calling your name, or somebody that you don't even know is calling your name in your house? I'd be running out of the fucking house. Like, damn.
I looked out the window in our dining room area that gave me a good view of our street. I live in a house at the far end of a cul-de-sac, so we can see every house on the streets. Right before the street opens into the big circle of asphalt, there was a dim streetlight illuminating the street. Standing directly under the light was a dark and shadowy figure. I tried to see if I could recognize him, but I couldn't, until I realized something about the man that made my blood freeze in horror. The man had no shadow, and I know that because he was directly under a light source. His shadow would be beneath him, but no. I looked in between the legs. No shadow whatsoever. Suddenly, the streetlight flickered for a split second, and the shadow man disappeared.
Damn.
I then ran frantically around the house, making sure every door and window was locked and secured. I then locked myself in a closet beneath the staircase and played Pokemon on my DS for the rest of the night.
Oh my god, that was... Shadow people suck. I've had people that said they have claimed to see shadow people in their room, or claim to see shadow people in public or wherever. Honestly, I've never seen a shadow person in my life, and I probably will never see one. But in fact, I did come in contact with a spirit twice, and it was at Shiloh National Park in Shiloh, Tennessee. And honestly, it's like talking to a human. It's just like you're talking a normal conversation to a human being, but nobody's there. It's just weird. And then before they contact you, you get this weird feeling, like this weird presence. It seems like you know they're there in your mind, but they are actually there. They're watching you. And it's creepy, but to me, it was honestly pretty cool figuring it out, because it was on the anniversary on last year, actually. It was on the anniversary, on the 155th anniversary of the Battle of Shiloh, where I got into contact with some spirits on the anniversary of the first day of the battle. And it was actually pretty interesting, honestly, and it was pretty cool, you know. And if you ever get into contact with a spirit, honestly, it's like a bucket list. You'll mark it off your bucket list, and people will call you weird. I don't give a crap if people call me weird. It just happened. But anyways, that's gonna do it. And if y'all want me to watch more scary videos like this, like and comment below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will put the link in Mr. Nightmare's description below. And thank you guys for just following me. Thank y'all for supporting me, you know. Y'all are like the coolest people I know. And y'all have a great night.